Walker Buehler today, what are you hoping to see from him? And I guess just what is telling you that he's continuing to progress in the right direction?
Well, what is telling me he's progressing, I think the conversations that we've had, talking to Mark Pryor, so that's one part of it. I think that what I'm looking for tonight is strike one. It's no secret that when a pitcher gets ahead in the count, he has a lot more success. That last start in Milwaukee, I think he was somewhere in the 30s or high 30s% of first pitch strike. So, if we can get it somewhere around 60%, he's going to have a lot more success, and it's going to be an easier path for him. So I think that, sitting here right now, I'd like to look back and say, hey, he filled up the strike zone and got strike one tonight.
With the offense, what we saw last night, I know you talked about just not only being a complete win for this team, but just how you've seen everyone come back together, being healthy, just how valuable has that been?
It's been great. I think that now we can start, if it stays kind of how it's been and guys can sort of get comfortable in their individual roles and then it started to kind of play out as we envisioned it. I thought last night we ran out a very competitive lineup and sort of waited out Wu, who threw a heck of a ball game. We've got a tough task tonight in Miller, who's really good as well. And I like the guys running out there, giving Miggy a day off, but to still have Tommy at short and to run Kiermaier out there in center field, I think we can prevent runs. And so, I think the length is there, the left, right, and we just got to get certain guys to go out there and pitch well.
But if Walker doesn't get strike one, is it more like how he's attacking guys, or is it just the inconsistencies with his delivery?
Yeah, I think that that's all part of it. But when you're in a major league game, at some point the results matter. So the delivery's the delivery. You got to go with what you got that night, and we're trying to win a game. So the point is, you need to get strike one and attack and get it different ways. Whether it's a cut fastball, it's a breaking ball, it's a fastball to different parts of the plate, different quadrants, and that's what it boils down to.
What happened with Yamamoto's bullpen?
Today was a touch and feel. So tomorrow he's going to. He was off the mound a little bit, but he's going to throw a live tomorrow.
Okay, so that was planned. The brevity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's going to be what, 2 innings.
2 innings.
Okay. And then 3 this week.
Then it'll be 3. Then we'll send him out.
With kind of what Fox was asking, but with Walker, is that like a focus thing early in a count? Is it needing to be more aggressive with his mindset, or is it more like mechanical, just kind of executing pitches?
I think it's trying to be a little bit too edgy. I don't think it's a focus thing. I think it's maybe giving the hitters too much credit. I thought that the fingers, what we were calling, he just didn't execute, and he couldn't get strike one. So I think that it's kind of not trying to be too fine, but to be fair, there's probably some delivery part of it too. But at the end of the day, it's once the game starts, you've got to make pitches, and that's just the way it is.
I asked you about this kind of in the first go around. It was kind of got off to like a rough start, but like how much, especially now, this juncture of the season, with the standings where they are, if this doesn't get better, like how much more can you keep sending them out there?
I don't think we've put our minds there. Bobby's still trying to find his way too, so he's in our rotation. I think Landon's been fantastic for us. Robo is still trying to find his way, so you also have to try to appreciate the alternatives. And so I don't think there's a set number of starts that you can look at and honestly have another alternative right now.
Yeah, so that was going to be my second part of it. So there's really you almost kind of have to run him out there at this point.
Yeah, and I think that he's healthy. The track record certainly has to matter. So there is certain leash that I think he's earned, but we're in a pennant race right now, and he's well aware of the fact that he's got to give us some length and also give us a chance to win. So Yeah, but it's just a thing that we just continue to kind of assess, each start and go from there.
Does that make you think that this process any harder, the fact that you guys are in I guess it's not ideal, right, to try to be coming back from something like this and rehabbing while like in the middle of a pennant race?
It's not ideal, but I do think that Walker's had plenty of time to rehab, get right, and I feel very good about tonight and going forward in him. And so, whether you're in a pennant race or you're not, the point is that I think it's still a separate point is that he still wants to be good and we need him to be good. But obviously it's certainly more magnified, where the standings are.
Are you going to try to get Kopech another day?
Yeah, I think we'll see. I mean, I'm going to go watch his catch play and kind of let Bardo report back to me.
Has Evan worked his way, Evan Phillips worked his way
So you
back?
want to be the closer now? Is he the closer?
No, I'm just saying, has he worked his way back up the trust tree?
Yeah, he's doing great. I mean, I'm putting him in great situations. He's throwing the baseball well, and he's come up big for us. And so that's what I expected. I think that it's only fair when things are not going well to kind of give people a different look. I'm doing the same thing with Will Smith, and I'm not punting on him. I'm not punting on Evan. It's just kind of, that's just the way it goes, and then you kind of, navigate as such.
What's the difference that you're seeing from him now from July?
I think Evan, he's commanding the fastball. He throws 96, 97, sometimes 98 miles an hour. When he's really good, he doesn't walk guys, he gets ahead of guys, and then he can get guys to chase. When he wasn't good, right before the break, he was ball one, he was working behind. I felt he was trying to be too fine or nibble. And now, I thought the at-bat last night with the Rosarena kind of epitomized what he can do. And so working at both sides of the plate, having him honor the slider, and be able to get left and right out is a guy that I've counted on. And so when you do have, Kopech down and Huddy, you want to kind of stay away from or whatever, to have a guy that you feel confident that can get those last 3 outs, we have that. And for me, I feel we got a few guys that can do that.
Treinen going to be active today?
No, Blake will be active tomorrow. I just think that, where we're at, we're almost to that off day. We've got to make sure that we have some length. So Casparius is going to be here for length, and then, once we get through today, then that's probably a different conversation.
And then you're expecting Chris on the weekend? I'll take it.
Something like that. We'll see. He's at Rancho right now, and we'll just kind of see how his rehab goes. So we'll see.
Is that going to be another situation where the rest of the roster it's going to be another kind of tough decision to make when he's back?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you guys have a sense of that yet? Do you look at like these couple days as, still trying to figure out what the best version of this roster looks like, or kind of where are you at in that process?
I think that, there's some different, you can debate different things. So I think once we get to that point, once CT pass all the tests, then, we'll have some difficult conversations.
He said he's like working through some swing overalls while on the IL. Like, what are the reports been just for how the swing is like during his rehab games?
Reports have been good. He's healthy. I think the thing for me, looking for Chris is obviously he's got to handle the fastball. It's got to be a swing that it works well enough to not play every day, to come off the bench and take good at bats, and so that's going to be the role. And so whatever that looks like, he's done it before, and that's what I'm looking for. So he is certainly a mechanics guy, but once we get him back, I expect him to be back and be ready to help us win, because we're going to need all 26 guys to be productive.
What's the plan with Connor Brogdon's rehab?
I'm not sure.
He started a couple days ago.
No idea.
Hey, can you go a pitcher short the rest of this month just to preserve your position player depth and get it to September?
No. You have to have 13 and 13.
You have to. Oh, I should have known that.
Should have.
Having those left, right, zigzagging batting order, how ideal it is to have those batting orders, especially in the major league?
It's important because it prepares you, prevents against potential matchups in the bullpen. Ideally, you want to have your right-handed hitters be able to hit right-handed pitching, or your left-handed hitters hit left-handed pitching. If there's big splits, then you potentially got to hit for guys and could compromise defense. It's just all a part of the strategy. So if you can, you know, that's probably the kind of the crux of it. It gives you a chance to get through the starter, and also the last, call it 3 or 4 innings, to kind of feel like you have a chance to counter a potential bullpen move. Thanks, guys.